Patrick? How are you?
Fine. Why is there something whining in my laundry room?
Probably
you hear that?
I cannot hear that. It's probably the machine, since there's like a lot of machines down there, you know? But anyways, what do you want to talk about first?
Okay.
It feels like a shelf like dropped on you and you're trying to like escape from it.
It feels like that?
Sounds like that.
I watched a bunch of movies last night with some people, including Zathura.
Good choice. Good choice.
I love that movie so much, and fuck everybody who dislikes it. Even though Dax Shepard is in it, and Dax Shepard is like...
Oh, I forgot he's in that.
He's the cyanide of actors for movies. Remember when he was in Chips with Michael Pena?
Remember when no one saw that?
And that made $0? Made like $13 at the box office.
He's not even like... I mean, he's famous now mostly for his podcast, which is actually good, but everything he's been in, I feel like, is not actually
What's
good.
What's his podcast called? Prude Dudes?
Totally forgot, yeah. It's Dry Guys, actually.
Dry Guys.
But he's married to Kristen Bell, which is also like his other point of fame.
Kristen, the girl from Twilight?
No, that's Kristen Stewart. Kristen Bell is the blonde girl in
Oh no,
she's
remember,
Elsa. Yeah. She voices Elsa.
Yeah,
she's in The Good Place.
Does she sing Elsa's singing, or is that Falafel the Doppeldo?
She's not Elsa. Sorry,
John
she's
Travolta
Anna.
couldn't pronounce.
I don't know if she does. I'm pretty sure she does the singing herself. Like 90% sure.
Do you remember when John Travolta presented that award for her singing?
What
or whatever?
Was it?
And he was like, the incredible, beautiful, awesome, amazing
No, it
Adele
wasn't her.
Dazeem. And her name is not Adele Dazeem.
Adele Dazeem. What is
her name? Is so completely different from that. He just came up with something. Surely there should be like a teleprompter, right?
Of course. Wait, I'm trying to figure out what is that woman's actual name, because she's only famous for Frozen. I don't know what else.
I assume it's just Adele Dazeem.
It's Indina Menzel.
Idina Menzel. He got close.
Good.
He got somewhere around there.
He made similar sounding names. But I've never even seen Frozen, so I can't speak to the quality.
You haven't? I've seen it a couple times.
Really? Is it that good?
To my chagrin. I didn't enjoy it either time.
Damn.
I thought the first time I heard Let It Go, I was like, hey, it's a good song. Some pretty CGI going on. It was nice. And then I had to hear it every day for the rest of my life because I worked at a pool, and every child alive loves that fucking soundtrack.
Did Pixar make Frozen, or is that was it separate from Pixar? Like a Tangled situation?
I'm not sure. I think it was Disney, wasn't it?
It's still Disney, but Disney does animation outside of Pixar occasionally, which was the confusing part. I assumed everything they did was under Pixar, but I guess not. Yeah, it doesn't look like they... Yeah, no, it doesn't look like they did it, because the people who do Tangled and Wreck-It Ralph, those aren't Pixar movies. Those are just like Disney animated movies. Because Disney, the Pixar logo is always on the posters. Yeah, and it's not on there. Okay. Same thing with Zootopia. That's another good example of a Disney animation that is not Pixar, which is fine.
Did you know that one of the animators? I recently found out this. One of the animators is a furry or something like that, and they posted a little bit of art that they did where it was them in their fursuit but taking off their fur helmet or whatever it's called, their fur hat, and then looking at it, and it was like, you got me through this, buddy. And it was like a really genuine thing. And it's like, I mean, I'll make fun of anything, but there were people in the comments that were calling him the worst shit. It was so brutal.
One of the weirdest things I remember from the Your Movie Sucks review of Zootopia is that he's actually a real furry in real life. Yeah, I know. That's a weird fun fact. But I remember in his review, he was mad about Zootopia like baiting furries by like sexualizing the animals in like a kids movie or something like that. Yeah. It was really weird. Like he said they were trying to pander to like the furry audience secretly without like letting anyone else know, and I was like, I don't know if I saw the same movie you saw. It's not like it's not like Judy Hopps is like twerking every like 30 seconds in that movie. Oh god.
What in the?
It's fucking weird. I don't know. I don't know if there's anyone else that like knows more about the furry community than I do and how at large they feel about that movie. So if you know about it, let us know. But otherwise, it's a fucking like weird thing to wade into that I like don't care enough about. So it's fine.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's interesting. He's also gay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's like it's strange because he's like all these like different sort of like minority things, right? Like he's gay and he's a furry, but he's still like an edgelord who like quote unquote hates PC culture.
Are you saying
like,
that gay furries can't be edgelords?
I'm not, but he's a unique combination of things.
But
so
that's cool to know because he doesn't talk about any of that at all.
Yeah.
Which makes it sound like he has sort of the same vibe that I do, where it's just like I really don't give a fuck, and people like who care a lot about finding out that information is like, why do you care? Why do you care at all?
That's a good point, but at the same time, like he's active on Reddit a lot, and he's talked about it there,
but not in his main content.
No, but he's made some like weird arguments online, saying that like bestiality is okay if it's consensual.
Oh,
yeah. So he kind of like went off like the deep end there.
You know how I just said I related to him? I want to retract that. I want to suck those mouth words right back into my mouth.
Because he was talking about basically how, you know, if we slaughter animals all the time to eat them, how is that okay?
Different to fucking them?
But like fucking them isn't, when they could like potentially enjoy intercourse or something.
I mean, yeah. I guess you could like go down to the like simple like basics of it, but I thought the idea was that they're not as smart as us, so they may not understand.
Yeah,
and that's the reason why. It has nothing to do with the fact that, can you imagine, let's take this to a fantasy world where orcs are the dominant race.
Yeah.
And they have they subsist off of elf meat, and then they're like, I mean, why don't we just fuck them, right? I mean, we're killing them anyway. It's just like, what are you talking about?
It's just.
I mean, we already do things that are equally fucked up, like people who are allergic to every kind of latex and rubber for condoms.
Yeah.
They'll use lamb intestine. Imagine how fucked up that is to aliens. That's just like thinking about that. Like, I mean, we're already like a little bit of the way. Imagine him making this argument. He's like, I mean, come on.
People use lambskin condoms. We're basically already there.
Can you imagine going before Congress, like, against this guy? Like, he's, like, out on, like, Congress, like, the steps of Congress, and he's like, if we fuck with, like, intestines, then we should be able to fuck animals entirely. And then people in Congress is like, I told you give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
Then there's, like, one guy who's, like, surprisingly like, I think this guy has a couple good points. I want to hear him out.
Kill him! Use his intestines!
It's just, like, besides his whole, like, opinions on movies thing being kind of annoying, like that's like the one other thing that kind of like
just that one small tiny thing where he
you
wants
know, just
to
the
fuck
fact
dogs.
that he wants to fuck animals for real. But
I thought I feel like you've showed me this before, and then I went down the rabbit hole, and he didn't quite say that. Like, it was sort of like on the fence. What really did he mean? And then he had another post where he clarified. It's like, hey, this isn't what I meant at all, because of the response. I think was just so negative that he was like retracting.
Okay,
backpedaling.
So I might totally be misconstruing this, but I don't
hey,
know.
It's funny content.
In the original arguments, and even after he like pedaled backwards or whatever, it really seemed like he pretty explicitly said like, I don't like bestiality or something along those lines, but we're already killing and eating animals, so why is like fucking them like this taboo thing?
I guess, yeah, the point is one is infinitely brutal, slaughtering and, you know, taking apart an animal. So what is the difference between that and having sex with them? And
exactly.
I guess you could take that to the most extreme version of it. Like, and I feel like most people would agree, if you had to get down to the nuts and bolts, the most objective person alive could be like, yeah, one is worse than the other.
Over here.
Let's get Socrates, who's diddling kids.
Raise him from the grave.
Raise him from the grave so
We've
can
invested
diddle
billions
once more.
in science to bring you back to answer the burning question of whether or not it's okay to fuck animals if we already eat them.
Didn't Socrates fuck kids?
Like, yeah, there was like a...
So why... What do you think he's going to say? Did you know that the
he's
main
gonna be like,
export...
we shouldn't fuck animals, we should just fuck kids instead. What are you talking about?
In Rome and Greece, both civilizations...
Rome and Greece? Oh, both
Rome and Greece.
Okay.
There was like a olive oil shortage because people were fucking so much that was like the lube for them.
Ew,
it was just
what?
like, yeah, what do you mean ew?
Ew.
Shut up.
I feel like I've seen a Reddit
You don't
post
get
about
any olive
this.
oil. You have to
like,
do a raw dog.
What?
Sandpaper dick.
Is olive oil... I'm looking this up because, I mean, that sounds like one of those bullshit facts you would get on like Uber Facts or one of those Twitter accounts.
Yeah, it's on the fucking bottle of a Snapple cap.
Yeah.
They were fucking so much in Rome.
It was an olive oil.
The most aggressive Snapple cap you've ever had.
Oh my god. So, oh my god, there's actually a bunch of articles about this.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot for disbelieving me.
I mean, like, I don't.
Why
believe
wouldn't they
you.
do that?
I know it's not that I believe you. It's that like this raises the question in my mind that someone has definitely thought about this before, and that means that someone has definitely tried it.
I mean, olive oil is not unsanitary. Why are you so grossed out?
It's just like that's for food, you know.
Any like conditioner or like lube you use has a ton of oil in it.
Yeah.
Whether it's canola oil or whatever.
Olive oil is likely to be
that's
safe.
unsupported by any facts that I have. I just assume that. I'm playing with my sister's 2007 graduation cap tassel.
Oh, I love tassels. I'm about to get a
Tassels are
tassel.
fun.
Where the fuck is my tassel? I graduate in like 4 weeks, 5 weeks. You can try. Okay, olive oil is safe as lube, but be warned. Oh, the oil can stain your sheets and clothing, so you don't want to do that. Okay.
Your sheet.
That's the lesson for today. Don't use olive oil. How do we even get in this topic? What were we talking about before?
But they didn't use sheets. They used like a vomitorium.
No, they wore sheets, dude. They literally wore
remember-
long sheets.
You remember when you learned in history class that vomitoriums were used to throw up so they could continue eating, but it actually just means an exit?
I took me a while to like get past the whole like what a vomitorium is.
It literally means like a point of egress, I think.
Yeah, each of a series of entrances or exit passages in ancient Rome,
People want things
amphitheater
to
or
be
theater.
Hunger Games.
I know.
You remember in Hunger Games when it was like the most over the top, like aristocrat, like golden ivory tower, and they went in and Katniss was like so disgusted by all of it, and then some woman came up to her and was like, "Do you want to have one of these?" And she's like, "What is it?" It's just like, "Oh, it'll make you throw up." And then everybody's like gleefully like beaming at her with smiles, and she's like, "Why?" It's like because then you could go on eating. It was like so stupid. Hunger Games is a stupid book.
I haven't like gone back and watched those movies because I feel like they definitely will not age well.
They didn't.
Because there's lots of like, besides like teen melodrama, there's gonna be a lot of like really heavy-handed like class metaphors and whatever. And I'm all for like talking about like class disparity and stuff, but when it's the Hunger Games, it does it in like the most like exaggerated way that it just becomes stupid and like not even worth like discussing. So I'm not a huge fan of those. I never even finished like I never actually watched the last two, Mockingjay Part 1 and 2. So I have no idea how that series ends.
The person gets hit with an arrow.
Which person? There's a couple.
Money Penny? Fucking.
Oh, the
District 13. District 12 was the coal mining district, which was Katniss's, and then District 13 was the nuclear district, and the capital firebombed them because they were getting out of control and making nukes, getting ready to overthrow the capital, but they didn't know that they had a secret bunker underneath there, and they were making nukes and stuff, and it was the whatever, and then the person who was the mayor of that town, or the overseer or whatever, was Coin. Her name was Coin. And then eventually Katniss learned that she was using like suicide or bomber tactics. She would like she wanted to make it look like it's sort of like what people think 9/11 is, like a false flag attack. That's what she did basically to like, you know, rival up her troops.
Maybe that's why there's so many idiots now who believe in false flag attacks.
Because of Hunger Games, yeah. That's exactly what. That's the fucking last thread.
Are you talking about like one of Natalie Dormer's characters? Like she was the insurgent.
She was
or
not
something?
Coin. No, she was the reporter, the one who interviewed Katniss with the floating camera.
Oh, she's like a journalist.
Yep.
But all the
She's
promo
got that neat
images,
haircut
yeah, all the
that
promo
inspired
images
like
I
1,000 teens to shave the sides of their heads.
everything I ever saw of her showed her in like a combat gear, like in the later stuff. But I don't know.
And then there are the twins who were played by Falky Nelson from Daredevil, Castor and Pollux. Like, yeah, that was the first time I saw the Gemini constellation in a movie. Was Castor and Pollux.
And there's Baby Thor as well. Whatever happened to him?
Baby Thor.
Yeah,
Oh, Luke Hemsworth.
it's Liam actually.
I don't know, but he had this fucking sweet moment in the fucking movies where this asshole's got this whip and he looks, he's like, he's like really giving it all he's got, just whipping this person. And then Luke Hemsworth, who's like a giant mongoloid, he's sprinting with all he's got and just spear tackles this old man. With it, and the sound editing for that is the crispest, most like, bam! It was like so good. I was like, yeah, in the movie theater. That whole thing was awesome. That was my favorite part of the entire series. And then he got whipped too. But yeah,
And then he got whipped, but it's okay.
one of the things I liked was I don't remember the character's name, but Luke Hemsworth's character was like Katniss's like boyfriend / friend, and he was like trying to look out for his brothers because he like his parents are dead or something like that. And if you enter your name more into the hat to be picked for the Hunger Games, you get more like food. And he's entered like 57 times or something like that. And then Katniss enters like twice and gets picked. And I was like, that's like I mean, it's possible, but it's like statistically, he should have been picked like 3 or 4 times by now. He should be hanging out with Haymitch in the Victor's District.
I think he just really wanted to fucking like go and like have an excuse to spear tackle people.
Do you? Spear tackles are my favorite wrestling move in the world. Next to like the fucking attitude adjustment from John Cena or the 619 from Rey Mysterio.
I always forget that wrestling moves have all these like extravagant names and stuff. That's so funny.
Yeah, but I mean, it's fucking wrestling. It's a a charade. But do you think
I'm
that
gonna watch this
what's
pic.
the name of the character, the guy who plays the sort of country dude from True Detective?
Oh, Mahershala Ali?
Nope, the old one.
Oh, Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson. Do you think they roped Woody Harrelson into playing Haymitch because they were like, we'll pay you this much, and he's like, I'm not interested. It doesn't sound like something I would want to do. He's like, but we'll give you a full head of hair, and he's like, what?
Finally, after
Yes!
all.
I'll be in full power.
Now I'm watching fucking YouTube clips of John Cena doing extreme attitude adjustments.
It's pretty great.
That's just so funny. Dude, wrestling is like fucking like hilarious.
It's
like I would
awesome.
love to
I
go
love
watch
it.
some wrestling.
As a kid, I thought it was stupid, and I thought it was so cool for knowing that it was fake. It's like, guys, it's not real.
Yeah.
And then Armin and everybody would be like wearing like the outfits of like, like Triple Eights and shit. And
Yeah.
I'd be like, that's stupid. I'm gonna read fucking Maximum Ride. It's like, what do you do? Shut up. It's fun. You're an idiot.
Oh, Maximum Ride was such a fucking bad like series.
It was so good. Shut up. I read the books and I read the graphic novels.
I'm trying to.
And then I saw the
figure
trailer
out-
for the fucking. It was such a fucking bait and switch. You ever see a trailer for a book?
Yeah.
It was like that, except they got this shitty actor to like jump off of like a building with wings, and it was like backlit and stuff. And then it cuts to like pictures of the new book, and I was like, motherfucker! Like, I wanted it to be a movie so bad.
Which one? I read the first. I definitely read Angel Experiment.
Yep.
I don't know if I read School's Out Forever. I think I did actually. I think I read the first 2, and then that was that.
I remember there was this really.
I totally forgot
moment.
these existed.
There was this really stupid moment in the series where Max gets visited by her dad or her doctor who made her dad, and he's just like, I want to help you, and I don't want to see you guys get hurt. And she's like, I don't trust you. And then he's like, I know you don't, but here. And then he hands her like a credit card. It's like very like blank and like there's not much on it. And she's just like, whoa. And then she takes it. And she takes her whole family the bunch of idiots to
The Angel Kids or whatever.
Yeah, to this fancy dinner, and they're all ordering stuff and like
I remember this, yeah.
And the waiter takes the card back and like punches it in that big crunchy machine that you see in like old movies, and then it clears, but they're all like talking behind the scenes, and like, I don't know if these kids are actual, like they probably stole this credit card, and they come back and it's like, we're gonna have to ask you to leave, and we're gonna call the authorities or something like that, and Max was like, but we have money, and they're like fuck you, bitch, and then she's just like, she looks down in the graphic novel, and like, you ever see the thing in the anime when a person looks down and their like eyes are like shaded, and then you see tears form, they like fall down the cheeks, and it's just like, what the fuck am I like? And then she literally just flaps her wings and flies up and through the chandelier and like through the ceiling light of the building, and they like thousands of pieces of glass are like falling onto a giant ballroom full of people having dinner, and like all of the Angel family just leaves. It was so stupid.
That sounds like the most melodramatic like teen shit I've ever seen.
It was just like, crawling in my skin.
Oh yeah, it's by James Patterson. That dude fucking wrote
James Patterson. He's been writing garbage for like 35 years.
But like so much like commercially successessor garbage.
Young adult
it's
novels,
incredible.
Yeah.
This dude looks This dude looks like kind of a weirdo. Not to like. I'm gonna send you a picture of.
I'll look him up.
Doesn't this look like
Patterson.
I don't know. Maybe it's just a weird photo, but.
Oh my god.
No. He wrote Oh.
He looks like he would make a noise like.
That's why he's like in my like head recently. Is he co-wrote a book with Bill Clinton called "The President Is Missing"? It's like some like political thriller. I forgot he did like other stuff like besides like shitty writing. Apparently, Alex Cross. I remember Alex. This guy's responsible for so much stuff that I would just like.
Alex Cross sounds like a comic book character.
I know. It's like all this stuff you see at the library that's like at the most popular section that looks cool, but you never actually like pick up because like you're busy reading like
and then you
Harry Potter for the 30th time.
Come back in fall and there's a clearance that says like 50% off.
Yeah.
Just fucking reading it. There's just as many there as you were the last time.
What do you mean you don't want to read Alex Cross 32?
They're angels, and get this, they're kids.
There was another one called W, which was about like kids that were witches and wizards. Yeah, it's literally just called a witch and wizard series. It's just it's a flaming W is the first book. God, why does this guy write so much? Where does he get all these fucking ideas from?
There was another part of the graphic novels that I just remembered. I can't remember the kid's name. I read these books, but I can't all of them, but I can't remember this fucking kid's name. Fang or Talon or something. The Blackwing character.
It's Fang, yeah.
And he and everybody go to school, like high school. I don't remember the reason why. I just feel like they felt like it. And as the dog men are still like chasing after them, they're like, let's go to fucking high school. Let's see what that's like. They might have been forced to do it. I don't know. But they're all going to high school and stuff, and Max is doing her classes, and Iggy is being a jokester like he usually is. And she leaves the classroom, and then she sees this fucking bimbo like pressing herself up against Fang, and he's just like, he's got hands in pockets and he's like slouched and he's like, whatever, and then she's just like licking his neck and stuff. It was so weird. And then Max was like and she runs out of the school, and then she's like super angry, and then the dog men attack, and she's just like, good, I needed this, and then she goes to town, but she gets her ass kicked, and then it's just so stupid. That book is so dumb. This fucking writer has no idea what a child is.
I'm looking through the character names now, and it's just fucking like Fang, Iggy, Nudge, the Gas Man, Dylan, Phoenix, Total, Aquila, Dr. Jeb, Batchelder, the Erasers, Ari Batchelder, Dr. Hans, Dr. Hans Gunther Hagen.
That's like someone in an 80s movie, like, what's your name before you get on this plane? He's like, Gunther Hagen.
I want to know, I guess his most recent book was the Bill Clinton thing, but like, are these series like over, or are they like still going? It ended in 2015. Okay. God. To think there's a generation that will grow up without this.
Gazzy is like Angel's little like brother, or like that's what I always thought of him as. He was like the other little kid.
I'm looking at the IMDb page for the movie adaptation, and it looks awful.
There was another part, and this one isn't as long. This Angel gets captured again, and after they're picking strawberries and shit, and because that's what they do. They go to high school and they pick strawberries, and then one of them gets attacked by a bimbo, and then Angel gets kidnapped by the dogman, and she's in this cage, and she's looking at this little lizard boy, and he's like, "Nah, you're gonna die." I just really enjoyed that part because it was super fucking weird.
The guy who directed the Maximum Ride, the G-Force. No,
Do you remember G-Force?
Like, what is G-Force?
You don't know what G-Force is?
I will if I like. Oh, the hamster thing?
Yes.
Oh,
it's gerbils, you fucking idiot.
The gerbil thing. Sorry.
No, it's G-Force, but they're hamsters. The G just stands for G.
They're the same fucking animal, dude. It's like crocodiles and alligators.
There was this Funhouse gameplay where they played the G-Force like video game.
I can't believe this movie exists.
It was fucking funny.
It's a Disney movie.
They actually, Bill Nighy was in the movie.
They're starring Sam Rockwell, Tracy Morgan, Penelope Cruz, Jon Favreau, Nicolas Cage, Steve Buscemi, Zach Galifianakis, Bill Nighy, Will Arnett. That's like a star-studded cast for this stupid fucking gerbil movie. It is,
but they got Bill Nighy for the movie, and he's in the accompanying video game, and that's garbage. The video game is garbage. Game? There was a Funhouse gameplay where they're like playing as Darwin, the main character of Gerbil, and they're running through this facility, and then the room that they're in gets locked down, and then it's one of them was just like, I love how that there's a security guard who's like, there's a gerbil in there, I'm locking it down.
Wait, oh fuck! This reminds me. Do you remember? It's an animated movie. I think it's like a DreamWorks movie about these animals, like a raccoon and stuff, like terrorizing like a neighborhood.
Over the Hedge.
Over the Hedge. Yes. Oh my god.
There was a video game for that. I loved it.
Yes, that was. Gamefly. I remember the It was when I first got my Nintendo DS, and I didn't have any DS games, and my first DS game was Over the Hedge.
Oh, I didn't get it for DS. I got it for like PS2.
No, I didn't have a PS2. I wasn't a cool kid. My parents didn't let me get any non-Nintendo things.
Wow.
Because I was very adult. God. Yeah, that game was fucking terrible. Yeah, I'm sure I enjoyed it as a kid. Jesus, all these weird... The guy in this... In this is definitely like a neckbeard. He's definitely like an alt-right troll now. The villain who's like a bear. Underpaid gardener. No. The
villain's a bear.
No, it's a dude in an orange jumpsuit here.
I mean, maybe, but there was the guy who made Sammy or whatever, the raccoon. The raccoon like stole a bunch of his stuff, and it all fell down into like on the highway.
That I remember. But also, like, tell me this orange jumpsuited dude is not like a white supremacist who hangs out on 4chan or something.
You mean the character or the actor?
The character. I don't know who the actor is.
Oh my god!
Right.
I just remember there was a
Bruce Willis is in this movie.
What?
He voices RJ.
The raccoon?
Yes.
Oh, God. Bruce Willis hates being talked to by anyone. So how do they convince him to do these movies without just sliding a duffel bag of money like over to his side of the table?
I think that's literally what they do. Oh, my God. Bruce Willis is the raccoon. And then Steve Carell is Hammy. That's fine.
Steve Carell.
Avril Lavigne is in this movie.
Like Steve Carell
from The Office.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's Hammy the hamster.
He is. I guess so. I guess that's what.
I remember the squirrel was like on crack.
I wish they had like. It's just the names of the characters in the credits, but I don't know like what animals like those are assigned to. Assigned to. God, that's so fucking weird. What's another like weird movie that's like forgotten to time that like?
Well, there was one recently that reminded me of Over the Hedge called The Nut Job.
Yeah, you're right.
Animals stealing
Didn't they?
Stuff
they made a second one. Holy shit!
Oh yeah, it was popular.
I'm amazed.
Those are movies that crazy. Like I'm sure Disney somehow owns, like, through DreamWorks or Pixar or something.
Yeah.
They're just gonna fucking kill with their streaming service of all the kids, like, who are getting babysat. It's
Oh,
like,
for sure.
I'm gonna throw on the fucking Nutjob 6 and entertain these little weirdos.
The Nutjob 2, Nutty by Nature. God.
The Nutjob 2, the biggest nut.
You know what surprisingly made Jesus, they are already making a second one. You know what surprisingly made like $1 billion is The Secret Life of Pets.
Oh yeah, then they switched Louis C.K. with Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, which is Louis C.K. coming back for the second one?
I don't fucking know.
Let me look this up. He is not in the second one's credits.
Yeah, that's what I meant. He's in the second one. He got switched with Patton Oswalt because Patton Oswalt hasn't diddled anybody.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he's not in the credits for the first one. God, that's crazy. I wonder, like, when they get like A-list actors for movies like this. You know, animated movies that are easy. You just have to do the voice for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like not worth the investment that you pay for such an expensive screen actor, right? Who's famous for like their appearance, like people would recognize them. Why not like get a very talented, experienced voice actor?
Because not
who
everybody
is less
knows
expensive.
voice actors. And for people who are like a dad who's looking at like a bunch of little movie things, and he's got to take his kid to an appropriate movie, but he's like, hey, I fucking know Bruce Willis, I might enjoy this, and then he goes in because he sees Bruce Willis. That's what I assume, because it's a name that attracts money.
Yeah, you're right. I think it is the name, but like, it's like when they got Kevin Spacey to do Call of Duty Advanced Warfare's campaign.
That does not age well.
But like, they also like did CGI Kevin Spacey in the game, so you knew it was Kevin Spacey the whole time.
They did mocap for fucking Call of Duty,
which is like fucking.
They've done that more.
Crazy.
The places where they get the most A-list actors now are increasingly the Black Ops campaign. The guy who played the Purple Man is in there. The guy from Mission Impossible in there, the big black guy. Fucking, I can't remember. Like the girl who plays Elektra, she's in there.
They got I guess Call of Duty World War II doesn't have like a huge fancy cast, but Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, they have Kit Harington. He's the main villain in that. Is Black Ops 4? Black Ops 4 doesn't have a campaign actually, so
this is not your world anymore. And then Conor McGregor.
Is he?
He's in Infinite Warfare.
Oh fuck!
He's like the left-hand man to Kit Harington, and then he gets sucked out a fucking airlock.
Isn't Conor McGregor like gonna be like arrested or something?
I think he's going to have like either a huge thing to pay or jail time.
That guy really just like fucked up his own career for being an asshole. Did you see like the guy he fought?
The assault, but no, he's also got sexual assault allegations.
Yeah, that too. But like, do you see the he got into like a beef with the last guy he fought who like
threw a fucking
destroyed him.
At him.
Yeah. And he like started making fun of his wife on Twitter because they're Muslim, and so at their wedding she was like covered in like white robe or whatever. You couldn't see her face, and he tweeted a picture of that saying like, your wife's a towel, mate. And like, there was so much shit thrown at him in response to that. And of course there were other people who thought it was like funny as fuck because, you know, Conor McGregor has a fan base, I'm assuming. But that dude's just like really is so easy to hate just on the like amount of like bad behavior.
It's funny. It's a punchy thing to say, but like, shut the fuck up.
Exactly. Let me see if I can like dig it up real quick. There's got to be like a screenshot somewhere.
Did he delete it?
He did delete it afterwards.
Did he apologize or something?
I don't think he did.
There's like
he doesn't seem like the apology type.
Those every contact sport like that has the obligation, if there's competition between two people, to have the characters or the fighters, if you were to call them that, basically like amp up how much they hate each other. But I think Conor McGregor, like, he just takes it too far. Like he is like genuinely angry at everyone for being alive. Yeah,
he's like got anger issues, which is what I like about wrestling. Is that because it's all like a performance, they're all just like having a good time with each other, you know? But wrestling is also incredibly physical, and so those people actually still have to be in great shape, you know? Like, that's not fake. That part's not fake.
Did you see Dave Bautista came back for a match and he was screaming? He's like, "Give me what I want."
Yes,
Give me what
I saw.
I love that.
I saw that. That was fucking hilarious.
And the guy in the ring looked so fucking scared. I mean, he's supposed to look scared, but it was still like really cool.
Yeah. Oh my god. See, that's funny as fuck. Oh, here, I found the screenshot from TMZ Sports. Thank you. There we go. Like,
God, I increasingly hate TMZ with every passing year.
I mean, I don't give a shit about TMZ, but I will like admit they like managed to get scoops before everyone else. Bless you.
He said that. He says it's your wife is a towel mate with a period. It's not even like your wife's a towel mate with a laughing emoji. It's just like,
yeah,
dude, I don't know if you knew this, but your wife is a towel. It's like, what are you? Shut up. Fucking 5 years old.
I know. And like this guy, like, I totally forget his name. Fuck. But like the last fight he had. Oh yeah, Khabib. Yeah. Just like fucking like crushed him at the like last UFC fight they had.
I want you to look up Khabib's
like,
last name and try to pronounce it.
I just saw it come up. Oh my god, this is Khabib Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov. There we go. Like it's incredibly
I've
like
seen
it's a daunting last name.
Announcers literally like they'll be just like, we're looking at the title fight now. The competitors are getting into the ring. We've got Conor McGregor representing Ireland in the United States, and Khabib. And then they'll just use their like Conor is Conor fucking something McGregor, like everybody like Floyd Mayweather is Money Mayweather, so they'll just use that name instead. And I've seen so many announcers just go like, Khabib, cool guy.
Cool guy. He's Russian and he's only 30 years old.
Yeah, he's very young.
God damn.
I mean, pretty old for that sport, but
yeah. But I mean,
Conor McGregor's up there as well, like 26 or something.
He's doing well.
Did you know Conor McGregor was like a plumber? And
he's 30 as well.
He went to work one day, and he was just like, "I fucking hate this," and he went and sat in his car, and he's like, "Never again." And then he just did fucking UFC. That's the story he tells, like on Conan and shit.
What? It was
something.
He must have
giant
like
asshole.
Yeah, like.
But assholes love him though. MAGA kids fucking love Conor McGregor.
I found this like anyone that is like openly an asshole, for some reason, like there's a subsect of people that love that sort of behavior
because they're an asshole too. They're like, oh, it's okay to be an asshole.
Yeah, it's like this. It's like this cynical like mentality that like the world has like wronged them, so they're justified in being an asshole to anyone and everyone they want.
I don't think that there's anything like that. I think it's just fuck the world. I'm this big fat ugly personality that's just like overflowing with hate, and I'm allowed to, do whatever I want. And that is embodied in like Donald Trump, Conor McGregor, these people who just go like MAGA, shut the fuck up, fucking bitch.
Make Ireland great again. I'm sure he's into that. He's probably definitely like a Brexiteer guy. Actually, no, he's probably from mainland Ireland, not Northern Ireland. So never mind. Those are two different things.
Sure,
I did want to.
No idea what you're talking about.
Fuck. Did want to bring up, unless you want to make another point before we move on, the Joker trailer that just came out.
I'm excited.
I think, and this is the part that makes me excited, is that Joaquin Phoenix is an incredible actor.
Like 45 times.
I brought this up in the group chat once before.
No, it was not once. It's been like, I think I've said it like twice and you said it like 5 times.
Whatever. Anyways, I haven't said it on here before. Joaquin Phoenix is an incredible actor. Literally one of the best working today, without a doubt. Totally. I don't think has he ever won an Oscar?
Maybe someone won something for Gladiator, but I think that was soundtrack score.
Awards. Oh, he doesn't like the Oscars. He's called them total utter bullshit. Okay.
Good for him.
He's been nominated before, but he's never won. Okay.
Has he ever shown up?
I don't know.
Because
actually.
if you're one of those people who calls it bullshit, but you still show up, that's kind of a weird look.
I would show up for like
Fucking
free
bullshit.
I would show up for like the free party favors and stuff.
I
don't
would
care.
never. That sounds like such an uncomfortable. I hate like being locked down at an event where you have to like be around people for a long period of time. It's annoying. But anyway, yeah,
Like church.
like church or like school assemblies. I hate.
Oh yeah.
Like
Do you guys have pep rallies?
dinners. I fucking hate pep rallies as well. Like literally, pep rallies are like we're not learning anything. So why am I here?
It's just a bunch of kids doing like weird gymnastics in the gym, and you have to watch them.
We had a
while
twerk
they like
thing.
scream.
We had a twerk thing.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the teachers were very fucking unaware.
Yeah, my
The next year,
fucking
we did
Catholic
not have
ass
a twerk thing.
my Catholic ass school would not be okay with that.
There was this new kind of leggings that you could wear where it was like glow in the dark, and there's like 6 or 7 girls wearing it, and I was just like, this is the coolest. This combines my love of glow in the dark bionicles and cheeks.
God,
But yeah, Walking Phoenix, man.
Walking Phoenix is a great actor.
Walking Phoenix is, I think, like I think of like Gladiator and Her. And
Her is one of my
like,
favorite movies of all time. So yeah.
I've never seen it, but
Oh,
it's like,
you should. I think you would like it. Actually, maybe you would hate it.
I just started watching movies on Hulu because apparently I didn't know this, but last night after I came home, I got a notification. It's like Hulu is free if you have Spotify, and I was like, shit. And then I downloaded it on my Xbox, and then I literally, they don't have a very wide selection of movies.
No, they don't. But they have way more like current TV shows, which is what I like.
I literally added to my favorites. It was just like Jumanji. Because we watched it there, and I wanted to see if it was there because it wasn't on Netflix. Jumanji, fucking Zathura, Iron Man 2, like all these like weird like
Iron Man 2 is weirdly on there. Yeah. I watched. This is like separate to the conversation, but like last night I rewatched John Wick. I showed some people that movie for the first time. It was so fucking good. And then before that, we did a double feature of Spy Kids 1 and Machete 1.
Dude,
because those movies are technically in the same universe, and it's so fucking weird.
I could be completely packed full of food, like I couldn't eat another bite, but the scenes where they first discover that their parents are spies, and or maybe not then, but like when they have a different like base that they can look at.
Yeah.
And Junie, he like grabs one of these little packets. It's like this NASA freeze-dried food, puts it in the microwave, closes it, opens it. It's a fucking full meal from McDonald's. I'll be like, maybe I could have another bite.
I remember watching that because like
So fucking
it like
good.
zaps this McDonald's meal into existence, and like the McDonald's M on like the fry logo on the fries is like in
strange.
plain view. Yeah, it's so funny. Like the product placement is so blatant.
Was that Guillermo del Toro?
No, it's Robert Rodriguez.
Robert Rodriguez. I'm a racist.
He's like Quentin Tarantino's like buddy. They like have worked together and stuff. He's really into like Grindhouse and like cheesy movies.
You remember when Sylvester Stallone was in Spy Kids 3?
Was that 3?
He was the games master.
Oh yeah. Fuck. See, that's how
like, the game will go on no matter what.
See, it's so weird because Robert Rodriguez is like a huge like and well-connected guy in Hollywood, obviously. Like he's done fucking
I think of like Guy Ritchie when I think of
yeah, he just did Alita Battle Angel. He did From Dusk Till Dawn. He did both Sin City movies, Machete Kills, all the Spy Kids movies, Planet
Sin
Terror.
City is a garbage series and terrible and bad.
I know. But I mean he definitely has like an impressive resume that like, you know, people don't hesitate to like work with him, I guess, but his movies aren't good in the traditional sense. They're just like really like cheesy and like campy, I guess.
Spy Kids even today.
Spy. Well, that movie, the like whole like thumb people thing is like super weird.
The
like,
thumbs, excuse you?
Yeah, the thumbs or whatever. It's fucking weird. But I love like the parents and like there was the scene where they're like getting married in like the flashback, and then all of a sudden like helicopters like fly in, and then they have to like jump and parachute off a cliff.
I thought, and this is not a racist thing, but the editing reminded me a lot of a telenovela. It was a lot of like really smash cuts and like Spanish guitars would suddenly play as the helicopters came out.
I love that. I think that's definitely
It was so
intentional,
cool
though.
because
It's
like
really cool.
my mom spoke Spanish when we were younger, and she would like speak it to my sister, and like they would have secret conversations. And then we watched a movie where it was like a Hispanic family like talking to each other. It was like, this is neat. What's Jimmy doing now? I wonder what the actor's doing.
I actually just saw him in something relatively recently. I was like surprised to see him in. Hang on, let me look this up. Daryl Sabra. He is in a Meghan Trainor music video. He was in Ben 10. What? Oh, he played Heat Blast from Ben 10.
The one alien.
Just the one.
That's really sad.
He played Rhino in the Ultimate Spider-Man TV series. He was in Machete as well. That's what I remember him from. I remember he was in that, and then the girl was in Machete Kills, the second one.
Do you remember in
she was like really
2, the island one?
Yes.
Fucking the guy who made all the aliens, or the monsters.
Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi. He turns away and he goes, "It's like, do you think God stays in heaven because he too is afraid of when he's created?" It's still so fucking funny. And like 2 children are in the background. He's just like, "I'm like, Steve Buscemi. Does God stay in heaven because he's afraid of what he's created?"
Jesus Christ. I wish we gotta watch Spy Kids 2 the next time we're over. But you know what is also, you mentioned Sylvester Stallone being in Spy Kids 3 being like weird. I was watching like a video essay. I was watching a video essay on Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and I forgot he was in that. And like
he's supposed to be like the other, like the Ravager, like Avengers, basically. There's like the ice guy, the serpent dude, and the flaming guy, and Sylvester Stallone. He doesn't have any powers. It's like he's the actor Sylvester Stallone.
And it's weird because in my mind, Sylvester Stallone is this guy, kind of like Bruce Willis, who has this huge ego and will not do stupid projects unless he's paid.
Stallone like that.
Yeah, I guess not. I think I'm like wrong in my assumption of him like that, because it seems like he likes to do fun projects and stuff.
I've always thought
he doesn't care.
He was actually surprisingly well spoken and like much smarter than I assumed, because he wrote the first Rocky movie and he tried to get it produced by 100 people, and that movie is amazing.
Yeah. And I remember he's responsible for like the Expendables movies, which are like pretty dumb and like pretty fun, like whatever.
Like, exactly what I thought of those movies. Fun
like,
and dumb.
Totally passable. It's just like a good, like, it's a celebration of the genre, I would say, is a good way to describe it. But I remember they were making the third or the fourth one, and Bruce Willis was being a huge asshole on set and demanding like an unrealistic amount of money to come back. And I think that's why him and Stallone actually don't get along anymore, is because that whole thing really soured him on the experience. So even though Bruce Willis is like this huge like action star, he's just like become increasingly like an asshole to like even fucking bother with.
Bruce Willis has so little room to be an asshole.
He really does. Like he's paid
so well, and everybody like generally thinks of him as a great actor. Like, what do you fucking want?
Exactly. Are they making?
Remember he did the fucking press tour for Red. You remember Red?
Oh, Retired Extremely Dangerous.
I don't remember if it was Red or Red 2, but he was sitting there with a bunch of the other actors, and this interviewer asked him a question after asking everybody else a question, and he was just like silent for a second. He was like, "Yeah, the movie's done and the fun's over, I guess." It was just like, shut the fuck up, Bruce Willis. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't do press either, because fuck that. But like, shut up. You're sitting in the chair. Just answer this question, yes or no. It doesn't matter.
I'm surprised he came back for Glass and Split and stuff after Unbreakable.
It's the duffel bag, man. Works every time.
I mean, they really must have spent most of the budget on that movie just paying Bruce Willis to be there for like
Sam
one
Jackson's
day.
In that movie too. It's like, no, these aren't small, paychecks they're cutting.
I mean, but Sam Jackson, I feel like, would be more inclined to take less money for like a passion project or something he's like actively interested in,
I don't see that as a passion project for him, but then again, I have zero idea what he thinks of those movies.
I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to say like what.
We're basically just throwing, darts in the dark.
Trying to characterize like these people that we actually have no idea who they are.
I mean, like, characterizing Bruce Willis based on things that he said and done is easier.
Yeah. Like, Sam Jackson is doing Shaft, right? Is Shaft
Oh
more
my
of a
god, that
passion?
looks so good. I saw the trailer. It looks so fucking
It
funny.
does look pretty fucking funny. Is Shaft more of a passion project for him than doing like the Avengers, for example?
I have no idea. I mean,
Exactly.
I think he likes comics and anime and hentai. He said in the interview, which
Really?
is funny. Yeah, he said that in a autocomplete interview or whatever.
That's funny.
He like in the comics. When there was a transfer from the Nick Fury who has like the mutton chops and like the silver streak in his hair, like the white dude, to Nick Fury.
Yeah, Ultimate Nick Fury.
Ultimate Nick Fury. They based his look off of Sam Jackson, so I think he caught wind of that, and that's how he got involved. But yeah, that's interesting to me. Like maybe he found out himself instead of them just scouting him. But yeah,
he looks so much.
What? Go ahead.
They could Sam Jackson as Nick Fury looks so threatening with the eye patch and the beard, and then like when you see him like just in glasses and
wears
like
a beret,
and like with a beret, he looks like the least threatening person on earth. It's crazy how quickly like he can like bounce back and forth.
Well. I mean, he furrows his brow and like stares at people.
Yeah. I guess that goes to show.
There was a moment on I believe the first Expendables set, or maybe it was just some Rocky movie or something like that. Some movie that both Dolph Lundgren and Sylvester Stallone were working on, were both involved. Sylvester Stallone was like, I want to do some sparring with Dolph. And then Dolph was like, you don't want to fucking do sparring with me. Because Dolph is huge. He's like 7 feet tall or something like that. Incredible weight class. And Dolph Lundgren and Sylvester Stallone end up sparring instead. Anyway, and Dolph Lundgren punches him in the chest and almost stopped his heart. And I was just like, why would you want to look up pictures of Dolph Lundgren? He's enormous. Just like him as the Russian in Rocky 3 is just ridiculous. He's just punching this machine that's just spitting out numbers for how powerful he is. Yeah, he's really big.
Oh, he's in Aquaman. I forgot.
Yep. As somebody.
Oh, as the just one of the random like fish kings or whatever.
Fish people.
Fish kings, yeah.
That movie is brutal. I just saw a clip of that. And spoilers for Aquaman.
You've never seen Aquaman?
No, I haven't.
Oh, get it on. Should be available via the means you prefer by now. So
probably,
go for that. Yeah.
There's a moment in Aquaman when both Black Mantas are like attacking him and that submarine that are trying to plunder.
Yeah, the opening. And
the Dad Manta is fighting him, and Arthur Curry like throws the spear of Longinus, fucking whatever it's called. Why can't I remember its name? Triton's trident or whatever. Yeah. Throws it and it like spears him in the chest. Or maybe he throws something else. He like leaves whatever is there in him, so it's probably not the spear. But he like impales him on the wall, and then he's like, "Oh shit, oh I'm dying." And then the son comes down the ladder, and like tries to help him. And then Arthur Curry's like, "That's your son." It's like, "Shame on you, fuck you, bitch." And then he leaves. And then the dad has Black Manta leave without him because he's impaled. He's like, "Kill that son of a bitch." It's like, what did he do to you? Like, I mean, you just self-defense.
That whole aspect of that movie was hilarious because the son then goes on this like revenge mission to avenge his father, who Aquaman killed or whatever. But like, you guys were like actively attacking this submarine, like you're criminals, or something like that. Yeah, and like he is doing his job, like he's doing like the right thing. But you're more mad about him like killing your dad in the act that you and your dad were like robbing this ship and like staging an attack. So like you kind of brought this on yourself. Like you're an idiot.
I mean, I love Black Manta. His whole look is so iconic and cool, and his giant laser blasters are awesome. And that I saw clips in the trailer of that fight where they're on the sort of like the place that looks like Ilos from Overwatch, like the cliffs where
like in Italy. Yeah.
And he's just blasting him through buildings, and it's all the CGI is like flawless, like it looks great. That looks awesome, but also he kind of is goofy as shit.
It's honestly just that the helmet is too big.
He looks like Squidward.
Just shrink it down a little bit. Like
I love it though. I kind of love it.
Even in the like the animated series and the comics and stuff, his helmet is never like that disproportionate to his body.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
It's ridiculously huge. And it's not disproportionate. It's just like strange Because
it looks normal in like all these photos I'm seeing.
Because it's a comic book and they have every advantage.
It just looks like, yeah, I'm looking at like a side by side right now, and it's just like too wide and too big. They literally just need to take it down by like 25% or like even less than that, and it'll be perfect. Like I don't even mind. It's funny that you said he looks like Squidward, because there's this like pretty well done fan art of Squidward in the Black Manta outfit.
Oh my god, I see it. He's so serious.
I know. That's like that is something like I would get on a t-shirt if I didn't care about what I look like to others. Imagine wearing that to like a party or something. You know how people wear t-shirts underneath like sport coats and like call it a day or whatever? Like that's like the kind of t-shirt like I would want to wear underneath my sport coat. I'm like going out to like give a presentation on
E3,
something.
yeah,
at E3 especially.
There was a Funhouse drinking game I watched where they watched E3, the press conference for Microsoft, and there were certain rules, and one of them was person walking out with a blazer and a graphic tee. It's so iconic of presenters there.
The head of Xbox is super guilty of that.
God. He usually wears a leather jacket, to be fair.
Yeah, but he's like Phil Spencer. Yeah, he's a really cool guy, honestly, though. He definitely like cares about Xbox and has like successfully turned it around.
Which doesn't make you a cool guy at all.
Yeah, so I mean his t-shirts are usually for a reason when he wears them at those shows. Like it'll usually be
everything they see.
Yeah, it'll usually be a tease for like, I don't know, the next Halo or something else like that.
Just wear a Microsoft shirt.
Exactly. It's just a picture of Bill Gates' face. Man.
Unless you're like an old person, do not wear a leather jacket.
I can't. I don't trust myself to rock a leather jacket. It seems like such a look that you really need to have a hold on that I just don't.
There's the image I have in my head of the old dude, not old, like 40-year-old dude who's got like a gut, and he's like fucking, what's the like the leather jacket that's like perfectly clean, like you can see it's brand new, and it's got the red racing stripe on the side. It's like that's the ugliest look in the universe. Why would you ever wear that? Yeah,
leather jackets are tough because you really cannot wear a leather jacket if you're not like slim or in like
Ford
good shape,
or like Ruby Rose or somebody.
Exactly. Like if you even have like the slightest like gut, like it's gonna make you look like an idiot.
For some reason, I don't think I'd care at all if a woman wore one, but for some reason, men, it's just like you have to be a really fucking
for men.
High
It's
tier
really
man.
hard. Yeah, for men it's really hard. Girls wear it all the time. Like
and it works.
Yeah, Kalina has a black leather jacket that she wears occasionally, and it's like great. But like I can never do that.
That like is a lot of like the presenters at E3 who are willing to show up with leather jackets.
That's true.
And it works.
Yeah. The one lady from Ubisoft that is comes to mind. I forget her name.
That one lady.
She's all about like being a gamer. Hang on, I'm gonna look up Ubisoft lady and see if she comes up.
Is that what she says when she walks out? Hey,
I am the lady of Ubisoft.
I'm the quintessential gamer.
I'm a true hardcore gamer. I don't remember her name. Fuck, whatever. She was like also like a voice actress and stuff too, which is why she's like somewhat famous. But whatever. What else? Oh my god, it's already an hour. That's crazy. Joker trailer. Oh yeah, it'll be good, I'm sure. Not too concerned about that.
Could be.
Do we want to real quick talk about Joe Biden being
the stupidest thing he's ever done in his life?
Yeah, so we've like touched on this like before Joe Biden decided to run for president, of how there's stuff out there of his behavior and him being like a little handsy with people. Yeah, there's so much stuff that there's compilations out there.
And I mentioned this in the Twitter chat, and you guys were sort of like, I was like bashing him, and you guys got like, hey, I mean, he's not as bad as Trump, and I'm like, that's fair, but fuck him as well. Like, can we not also talk about how bad he's like been about this? Like, generational things aside, like, read the room.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, there's two, like, that's what I don't like. Boomers online who are super attached to Joe Biden for some reason will just be like, why are we even talking about this? Donald Trump does like stuff that's 10 times worse. And I was like, true, but there is like a floor. There is like standards that need to be followed. And even if like Joe Biden isn't as bad as Donald Trump, obviously he's still like not meeting the standard of like acceptable behavior. And his apology video that he posted on Twitter, I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt and just be like, all right, it seems like he's being open and like receptive to like the criticism he's getting, and like that's a good sign at least. And then he literally the next day goes to like this union meeting or conference, which Kalina's dad was actually at, so he got to watch this gaffe in real time.
He said, didn't he say like, "Don't worry, I have permission to touch him" or something like that?
Yeah, it's like some kids came up on stage for some reason, and he like puts his arms around them, and he's like tells the crowd like, "Don't worry, he gave me his permission to touch him."
And the crowd laughed,
and everyone laughed.
I wasn't laughing.
I was just like,
ugh.
I was like, oh, this. So guess you're not so fucking like sincere after all.
I think
like,
it would have looked better, and I mean, just from a perspective of like trying to save his face, like if you just dropped it after that apology.
Yeah,
video,
exactly.
You had a great in because Trump like had that like weird fucking thing he posted where he
he posted that edited video of like it's the Joe Biden apology video, but then
doctored video of like a Joe Biden sneak up on Joe Biden, like gripping his shoulders and like smelling his hair, and I was just like hilarious. And then I was like, this is the great like in for him because it's like he's been bashed by the worst person, so he now looks sort of like better in comparison or some way. Like I thought it like was a good thing, and then he immediately did the weirdest shit ever.
Yeah. He cannot. I don't know what it is about him and Trump before him. Like, cannot just like savor like a win or let lying dogs lie, whatever the saying is. Because like before this, Trump, the Mueller report came out, seems to have like cleared Trump of like doing anything wrong, and like cool, that's like a win for you, whatever. And then he immediately pivots to like taking people's healthcare away again, which was like how Democrats took back the House in 2018 was by talking about healthcare. So that's obviously a losing fight, and he's a huge idiot for doing that, and everyone's mad at him now. And then Joe Biden, in his case, like makes this like pretty acceptable, like, yeah, my behavior has been like bad in the past, and like I understand why now, so I'm not going to do it again. And then immediately the next day is like, haha, don't worry, I'm not behaving badly. Haha, see,
So
I was
creepy.
totally serious about that shit I said yesterday. So
Super creepy, yeah. And also, like,
yeah,
it's like we talk about these cases of like idiots doing stupid things, like Jake Paul or fucking any YouTuber who we bashed about being an idiot. And then now Joe Biden. It's not that Joe Biden is the singular idiot. It's Joe Biden's an idiot, and everyone who said this is a good idea on his team, which is like different than a YouTuber's team of maybe like 10. This is like 1,500 people or whatever who work for him. It's just like, how the fuck did you think this was a good idea?
exactly.
Who did you test this with? Pedophiles or something? Like, what the fuck?
Like, I really want to know who like Joe Biden's like communications director is or something, because
It's Jared from Subway.
I wonder, I wonder if. So the apology video was definitely made by him and his team. That's for sure. But like, I wonder if like that joke he made on stage was on the fly and off script, and then like backstage, like his like communications team is just like, mother,
No! He can't help himself.
just like
It's sort of like a lonely ex who continuously texts you, but every time they say that they're done talking to you, they always come back. It's just like, let me just say one more thing. It's just like, shut the fuck up. You're making yourself look so much worse.
oh my god,
It's so creepy.
people don't know when to like drop something.
And then he issued another apology the next day. He literally did. It was ridiculous. Like, is this just going to be your entire presidency if you get into office? What do you think this has affected him poll-wise? Do you think this is just torpedoes his entire campaign?
Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't know about the follow-up apology after a joke. Yeah, Joe Biden jokes about hugging in a speech, then offers a mixed apology. I'm sorry I didn't understand more, he told reporters. I'm not sorry for any of my intentions. What the fuck is this video that's playing right now? Jesus, I'm blasted in my fucking ear. I'm not sorry for any of my intentions.
That's
I'm not
great.
sorry for anything that I have ever done. I have never been disrespectful intentionally to a woman. Oh, is that like his initial quote?
That's such a very non-apology.
Oh, yeah. On Friday, it was on Friday. Jokingly referred to complaints from several women. that he had made them uncomfortable with his physical contact, and then offered a convoluted apology about their concerns and his behavior. Sorry, I didn't understand more. I'm not sorry for any of my intentions, not sorry for anything I've ever done. I've never been disrespectful intentionally to a man or woman. Okay. So he's not actually owning up to it, so never mind. Fuck Joe Biden.
Yeah, it was really bad. But it's the machine of the internet that even if, like, it doesn't matter if, like, he comes out and, like, says, like, yeah, I mean, I'm not like that. It's like, now no matter what, people think Joe Biden, you mean that creep? It doesn't matter. Like, Joe Biden is going to be fucking torpedoed by Trump, like, throughout the campaign, of just, like, more and more clips of him touching people on their shoulder, and it's just gonna fucking kill people. It's so, like, in my head, like, I can see it happening in my head. It's like,
God.
why can't he just be a normal human?
And then immediately after just saying, like, he gave me permission to touch him, he said to Laughter, quote, "Everyone knows I like kids more than people," he added. Dig that hole a little more.
There was this
Jesus Christ.
guy I worked with while lifeguarding who would talk about the biggest distractions while up in the stand, and he would talk to us as a group of people, and he was like, for me, it's the little kids, the little tiny tots. I think they're so cute. I can't keep my eyes off them. And it was just silence. And I know what he meant, but everybody was just like, "You're what? You what?" Joe Biden, you're an idiot. You're a dumb, stupid idiot.
The tiny tots. Oh, God. Biggest distraction for me was when the ice cream truck would come.
Oh, yeah.
I'd immediately stop.
No, I mean, it wouldn't be a distraction for the ice cream truck. It would be a distraction because then I have to whistle at 900 kids sprinting towards the fucking door.
Yeah.
Like it's the last time they're ever going to have ice cream. Fucking idiots.
Oh, no,
and the parents would just, like, throw money at them and then just and, like, vault over the fence. Just, like, grab the ice cream man.
Or, like, actually, no, I would be particularly distracted when, like, I was waiting for, like, my mom or someone to, like, bring me food. And I was trying to time it with, like, when I was down from the stand. And I would, like, watch for the car while I was up there. Oh, good. Okay. Do you want to... Let's do some emails. It's about time. This one.
People can't listen to fucking instructions.
No. This one's from Tawny. Hey, chaps. No, fuck. This is from Rob.
A tawny owl?
Tawny Monarch is actually the name. This one's from... His real name's Rob, though. So Patrick mentioned Oxhorn and Fallout lore videos. But if you like Elder Scrolls lore or plan on brushing up before Elder Scrolls 6, I thought I'd recommend the YouTube channel Fudge Muppet. Used to be more of a character builds channel, but now it's 99% explanation and theories. 3 Australian lads laying out the Elder Scrolls universe in a fun, engaging way. Keep up the good podcast, fellas. I actually
might check
will
it
look
out.
into that. I need some content. The well is kind of dry these days.
This is from J.E. Hey, so this is kind of just a clarification on my gun Christian thing. I grew up still growing up in a very strict religious home. I was raised Baptist, and I've been to church every Sunday of my entire life. I also live in the heart of Oklahoma. It fucking sucks. I'm also bi, so that doesn't help. So when my parents talk about guns in such a high respect, it makes me confused. I felt like I should clarify. I just wanted an outside opinion. That's cool.
It seems to me that you're living this, like, Midwestern rural
nightmare
bubble, like, lifestyle that's also, like, a nightmare to other people looking in, I suppose.
Doubly so for you being the orientation that you are.
Yeah. It always blows my mind that, like, there's these, like, not necessarily blows my mind, but just strange that there's this whole, like, other way of life out there that are just, like, people that do nothing but, like, go to church, go to work, and, like, talk about guns and stuff, I guess.
It's just, like
I guess that's all there is to do out there. Yeah.
I understand, though, because, like, I have to listen to my dad to say all sorts of shit knowing that I am the way that I am, and I just, smile and brace it. Like, it's very strange. So I understand.
This one's from Thomas. Just watched Patrick's little rant about names on Instagram and it reminded me how weird they really are. Like, we only learn our names because people call us them, and if someone calls us something different for long enough, we just accept it as our own name. Like, if I call my nephew by his middle name because he's named after his stupid fuck of a father, and now he only answers to that name, the human brain is weird and kind of dumb. Like how we got like
weird, like, jab at your fucking uncle.
Brief insight into like some family like drama. Thank you, Thomas.
Wait, so his nephew, so it would be his brother. Hey, not a huge fan of my brothers either, so it's cool.
No, it's his nephew and the uncle. So he's like
his nephew.
Oh, yeah.
Idiot.
You're right. Oh, I see. Okay. You're right. That's
oh my
funny.
God, this is a long one.
This is
Ingrid,
not
I'm
long
going to
at
read your
all.
one really fast. And I'm going to fuck it up. So, hi guys. Basically, this email is just to tell you how much I appreciate the podcast. It's really great for getting me through my agonizingly boring gas station night shift. And it's also giving me something to look forward to in my reverse culture shock period I'm having. Living 8 months in Seoul, South Korea, a city of 10 million with lots of things to do all the time, and then having to transition back to living on a farm in the Midwest is a lot. And not having any friends around because they're all at university in the mix, and you get a big boring time. So thanks for cutting into the monotony of everyday small town life. Keep up the good work, Ingrid. And then there are some kanjis that I don't understand. Something kanji.
That's actually
sent from my iPhone, I assume is what it means.
That's such a strange transition. Like those two things
opposites.
could not be more different. Yeah.
Seoul is so cool.
Yeah, Ingrid, if you want to send a follow-up to like explain more,
wait.
like
Benny,
what?
would you say that Ingrid went west?
Shut the fuck up.
That's a reference to this handy film that went out called Ingrid Goes West.
Ingrid, if you want to send like a follow-up, explain. I'm like curious to know more about your situation and like what you were in Seoul for, and then moved back to like the middle of nowhere for. They're like very
what you were sold for.
No, they're very. I can't imagine like. Well, maybe besides military, like what career field your parents or whatever would have that like requires such a drastic like move. I think like military is like the obvious one. So
my sister did
hopefully I'm
that.
right about that. Yeah. This one's from Nina. Hey dudes, back with another pointless email. After striking out twice on the recommendations that I sent you guys 2 weeks ago, I decided to try recommending one last thing. This is specifically for Alex because I think that it's probably really hard to recommend stuff to Patrick and Yaman that they will actually like, so I'm not going to even try anymore.
Fuck those guys.
I too like reading movie summaries to avoid seeing the full thing, and I found a really cool YouTube channel that's perfect for that. The channel's name is Found Flicks, and he has a series called Ending Explained, where he summarizes a movie and explains the ending and analyzes possible meanings. I think you would really enjoy it. Anyways, love the pod, guys. Thanks for doing what you do. That's actually, I'm going to look this up right now.
Thanks, Nina.
Because I love reading Wikipedia summaries for horror movies that I will never watch when I'm bored at work.
This is from Sky. Hey, boys. I don't know why everybody sends us dogs, but I know Patrick just turned 21 recently, and I'm about to turn 21 next month. My original plans were to stay at home and play some Overwatch, but my friends all say I should go out and do something big. What were/are your guys' plans for your 21st birthdays? Also, finally hoping in the trend of showing you my rats, I mean dogs. Chihuahuas, oh my god.
Wait, those are really cute. Those are cute.
I love that
puppy.
haircut.
What did I do? I went out to
Bars, I assume.
Yeah, I went out to this place called this like Mexican place that was like is also like famous for being a bar. Had tacos, had a bunch of margaritas. That was great. And then I went to another bar next door and just kept drinking. That was pretty much it.
I went out. Well, she already said fuck me. I've already heard your story. Shut up. But I don't remember if Yaman's 21 or not. I think he is.
Yaman's not 21.
I thought he was.
No, you just turned 21. Me and Yaman have the same birthday, but I'm 1 year older than him. So he turns
It's so weird that
21
happened that
this
way.
summer. I know, right?
You guys would never have ever met if it wasn't for your buddy Patrick.
Yeah, and this asshole over here. Thanks for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
This is when
It's not that long, but she segmented it.
Yeah, the writing. This is from Cheyenne. Oh, this is right up your alley. So listening to one of the recent podcasts, y'all got on the topic of old books, and I remembered I had an old poetry book I figured Patrick would find cool. Got it at a church rummage sale for like $3. Has the original owner's message in it, and it's weird to think about the original owners are probably dead now. Anyways, attached with some pics of the book and the writing inside. The book said it was copyrighted in 1929.
Look at how old. It's like the fucking Necronomicon.
It does look like this thing could summon demons.
What the fuck? What? That's so cool.
Weirdly, this poetry book also has the Ten Commandments, the Magna Carta, the Gettysburg Address, the Declaration of Independence. The front design looks like a penis. That's fun.
I mean, the preamble to the Constitution could be sung. So
yeah, this is pretty wild.
The front design looks like a penis, so that's fun. Thank you, Cheyenne.
That's very cool.
This one is from Grace. That raccoon cafe in Seoul everybody is hyped up about. Hello again. I found this video this morning. I thought of sending it to you guys. I know that Patrick talked about how much he loved raccoons, so here you go. I hope all of you have a good weekend. Can you continue the podcast while I enjoy this?
I'm gonna watch this.
Thank
a little bit.
But we have to talk.
Oh, they're so cute.
Oh my god. Oh! Oh! Oh, look at him. Look
yelling.
At him. Oh! Look, he's like searching. He's like, oh. I love that. Thank you so much.
This next one is from Mackenzie. It's the last one. Hey, I was wondering if you guys had seen Love, Death, and Robots.
I have.
I loved it and thought the animation was great. Thought some of the episodes came off as edgy to be edgy. I personally loved the episodes Suits and Good Hunting. I'd love to hear you guys' opinions on the show. I saw the first two and thought it was cool, but then I haven't watched any more for some reason.
I watched all of them in one night.
Yeah, you were fucking obsessed with that. You loved that shit.
So good.
You gave it like a 10 out of 10.
And then Twitter was like, no, it's bad. And I was like, fuck you, Twitter. But, I mean, they had some good points. But still, like, I enjoyed, I can't remember any of the names of them. I like the one where there's the vampire who they find who splits the dude in half and then sucks out his blood. And someone's yelling upstairs, so that's fun. Anyway, yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
Cool. Well, that's the end of the show. Thank you again for listening, guys. I want to shout out our Patreon patrons real quick. That's Brianna, Cassidy, Chelsea, David, Aaron, Everso, Jesse, Kane, Maldo, Marianne, Monty, Rebecca, Tara, Vanessa, and Jessica. Thank you all so much. I love you. Also, if you're wondering where Yaman is, he is at work, so he cannot be here today, unfortunately. If you want to send us any email, fan art, questions, you name it, hit us up, prudedudes@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on social media, that's at prudedudes on Instagram and Twitter. You can find our personal accounts at alexpenda97 for me on Twitter, at patrickshalto5 for Pat, and then at Papa Yams, 2 S's for Yaman. Thank you again for listening, guys, and we'll see you again next week.